Let's dive into some news items. On Saturday night, AEW announcing a tournament. We've got the Continental Classic coming your way, where Tony Khan is designing, maybe they'll call this the C1.
They could, sure.
They could come up with some abbreviation for this. The Continental Classic, where they will have 12 performers broken up into 2 blocks with weekly round-robin matches beginning on November 22nd, which is the Thanksgiving Eve edition of Dynamite from Chicago, and then the league finals. So the winners of each block will meet on the December 27th taping in Orlando, with the finals taking place at World's End on December 30th. And the first entrant into the Continental Classic in the one-eyed man himself, Bryan Danielson, who has showed up at television here, no less, to announce his participation in the Continental Classic. And this man is tempting medical records by coming back from a orbital injury in a very short amount of time to get ready for the Continental Classic.
Right. Well, listen, man, it seems like he's sticking by his promise to possibly semi-retire by the time his daughter is 7 years old. And that means the clock is running. And if it means he's going to go into this tournament as a mummy, he will continue to do so. I mean, that is probably the biggest surprise coming out of this entire announcement, is the fact that Bryan Danielson somehow will be cleared for action in a little over a week.
You got the impression that he will, be like, we'll get the weekly round robin matches, and it's like this is gonna be a lot of matches when you're talking about, if you're talking 6, that's 5 singles matches in the round robin, and then a 6th with the final. And I would say at this point, you are going to have your fans that I think are going to be concerned about Bryan Danielson, that these are going to be hard matches for for a month, a month plus.
Right. And the expectation is certainly there. If everybody is almost calling this like AEW's G1, and there are a lot of round robin tournaments. There are a lot of tournaments that take place in various wrestling promotions. But what makes the G1 is the match style. It is the fact that every single match within that tournament is expected to be a certain very physical standard. So we'll see if AEW can live up to it.
Is there going to be anyone more nervous than New Japan Pro Wrestling throughout this tournament, watching Bryan Danielson, who has Okada on January 4th, days after World's End?
I have to imagine that they're really hoping that he takes it easy. I do imagine for most of these matches, like, you don't have to have Bryan. Like, he could have a few squashes in there. He could have hopefully largely technical battles that don't really rely so much on a lot. But again, the man got this orbital injury through a tie-up. So any step the man takes could be a possible risk.